So I just wanted to take a minute to talk about an idea I've had for a while regarding the ritual playlists and hopefully at least a problem that would fix burnout for me with them or at least severely help it. Um, which is that I would like to see the ability to filter out maps or strikes if you're in reference to strikes, but maps for Crucible and Gambit. Um, and not all of them. Like I don't want you to be able to just filter out everything except for, like if you're somebody who just loves Jav 4, right, and you just want to play Jav 4 all day. You can't do that. But like for strikes, if there's 20 in the game, you'd be able to filter out five. If for Crucible there's 20 maps, you'd be able to filter out five. For Gambit, because there's I think four active maps, you'd be able to filter out one. Um, and that way you can avoid doing the playing on the things you really don't like, right? Like people don't like a lot of people don't like corrupted. You get into a corrupted strike, people will leave corrupted. You get into I've had matches where you go on to convergence and people leave disjunction, which is obviously a newer map, but not that many people seem to like it. People will leave. Um, Deep Six for me in Gambit, I don't leave, but I really hate being there. I'll be honest. I try not to leave anything, but it sucks when I get it, and it really just it sucks. It makes the experience much worse. Anyway, I would love to see a system where you can filter out again X amount per playlist of stuff you just don't want to see, and maybe it's like I know people who don't like that the battlegrounds were added into the strike playlist, so they could just filter out the four of those, the three of those, four of those, filter those out, and not if they don't want to play them, then they're guaranteed to be able to launch into strikes and play strikes, or what used to be strikes. It's Vanguard Ops, whatever. You'd be able to play strikes instead of battlegrounds, and stuff like that. And I think that beyond that, like that's already. I would love to see that just alone without what the next bit I'm about to say is, but I'll say the next bit anyway, which is that I would love to see that system then immediately evolved into sort of a type of player voting where at the end of maybe at the end of each season, which feels like it'd be too long, maybe it'd be like once a month or once every like 45 days or something, where the maps that are either just straight up played the least, the map strikes that are played the least, are like the bottom five or whatever are cycled out, and then you cycle back in five ones that are in the content vault, so that you get stuff like just you know a variety of stuff for people to play, and maybe that would and you would just continue to filter them every so often, so that that there's maps that people want to play. Maybe it's a map that you don't like but somebody else does, and so it goes away for a little bit, but then it gets to come back not that long after. And that's just assuming that we're going to keep doing stuff with the content vault and not just bring everything out of it. Which, if you're going to just bring everything out of it, then never mind. But like, I know for a fact, I personally prefer both the Tangled Shore map and the Dreaming City map for Gambit over both the Titan map and the Mars map personally. So I'd love to see them come back. And like, I assume that it would be a little bit harder with strikes because of bringing back whole planets, and it'd be a lot more work because something like let's just say the two strikes on Io, for example, you spawn out in the open world. They would have to be updated probably to spawn you in like the first room and then have no way to get back out, so that you don't have all of Io opened, kind of like how at the beginning of VOG, obviously you have like that little bit of space and then the rest of Venus is shut off, and the same with the Dreadnought, where obviously you spawn in the Court of Oryx, and the alternative ways to get out are locked because they're not all built. So it'd be something like that. But again, I think strikes would be the most work of this. Although I'd still love to see them also get the same treatment, even. But I don't think, at least not to what I understand about game design, if you will, because I know like nothing. But I mean, is what it is. Again, I don't think it'd be too hard to bring back. I mean, because we have maps that from both Crucible and Gambit already that are from planets that we don't play on anymore. So I assume that that would be fine. But maybe I'm wrong. If I am, whoops. maps. But again, strikes would be like the hardest thing, but I'd love to see it for, I'd at least love to see that for Gambit and Crucible. And I'd love to see it for strikes. I just think it'd be more work. It wouldn't necessarily, maybe it wouldn't be something that was worth it, but I'd love it. I'd appreciate it. I miss some of the old strikes. I liked I miss both the IO strikes, honestly, not to harp back to them, but it's why I said IO, because I miss both Pyramidion and the other one that I don't actually remember its name that had the taken at the end. I miss both those strikes. And it'd be nice to get them back. And that would also mean that we're having less seasons where you get strikes specifically, you're having less seasons where you're getting the same GM 2 seasons in a row, 3 seasons in a row. Because there's more options there. But again, I don't know. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. I wanted to get that out there. It's an idea I've had for a really long time that I've never put somewhere just as one congruent thought. Anyway, if you listened, I appreciate it. If you didn't listen, you can't hear this, so I don't know why I phrased it like that, but whatever. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you're listening to this. I'll catch you later.